Happy Christmas Eve, Jason. So before you ask, yes, I did get a haircut. No, this isn't a Christmas sweater. This is just a sweater. And yeah, I'm in a different place. As you can see, I'm actually at my dad's home in Toronto, and I'm here until the day after Boxing Day, in which I go to Cuba because my grandmother is turning 90 in January, and my dad decided to take her, my sister who lives in Vancouver, and myself to Cuba. So that's a big deal, and I'm excited for that. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the constant appeal that everyone has for last minute Christmas shopping. Now in your last video you talked briefly about the idea of family versus presents, and I thought that was great. But I'm going to talk a bit more about how we have all year, every year, and every time, everybody always leaves shopping for the last 3 days before Christmas. For example, last night, me and my sister and my mom were trying to find my sister's present for my grandmother. Same grandmother who's turning 90. My sister wanted to get my grandmother a pet, so she decided on a budgie, which is a type of bird. We drove around everywhere trying to find someone who would sell us this budgie. We eventually decided on this bird. She's fantastic. She's adorable. Her name is Stella. The second thing is this crazy weather. So anyone who's actually in Toronto right now will realize how insane the weather is here. It's roughly about 40 to 50 degrees warmer than it should be. And if you go a little south, you've got areas that have had rain for 5 hours, destroying roads and mountains, or all the hurricanes in the US. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about is a musician I really respect. His name is John Mayer. He was originally introduced to me by a friend of mine named Jake Feeney. I think about 5 years ago, he was one of the best musicians and guitarists in the world. Some of his songs, like In Your Atmosphere and Neon, which I highly recommend you look up if you don't know them already, are incredibly technical. The reason why I bring him up today is because I recently found out that he's come out publicly and recognized that he was both egotistical and a sex addict. Those things don't really matter to me because whoever he is as a person doesn't affect his music, and that's what I like about him. The base point I want to get to is that he's a great musician, and that if you haven't listened to some of his songs already, I'd highly recommend it. Well, that's it for today, Jason. Happy Christmas Eve again. I'll see you on Sunday, but until then, I'll catch you on the funny pages.